2022 was a pretty crazy year for everyone, but especially Bedrock Edition and the legendary bugs that it's known for. Here are some of the biggest and best bugs from Bedrock Edition that you might have missed or just forgotten about, and these are all the things that we actually like and enjoy and use. We don't talk about those bad bugs that kind of like ruin your world. Yeah, no. We're going into 2023 with a good positive video about bugs, okay? Let me know what your favorite and least favorite bugs are down in the comment section and subscribe. Possibly the best bug of the year was just added to Bedrock Edition, and this allows you to actually dual wield items. Sorta. They don't really work, but you can actually have items in your offhand, as you can see here. You can't place them there. Unfortunately, you have to use a command to put them there, but there are a couple things that actually do work, which is super surprising. So there's a variety of things, but the most obvious is like shearing sheep. You can actually shear them, and that's pretty cool. As you can see though, if you're holding like a tool, that's actually going to take durability from the diamond tool instead of the shears. It doesn't actually use any durability on the shears. You can also like equip saddles to pigs, and as you can see, that's going to take one item from our stack of golden carrots that we're holding. So it's still very buggy, of course, and I would not expect to see offhand added to Bedrock Edition anytime too soon. But if you want more information, check out the video that I made on it. It's only a couple minutes, and there's some really funky and weird things that you can do with the offhand. Probably the most overpowered bug of the year is where you could take a stack of netherite scrap and just repeat click the third slot in your inventory while opening a furnace, and that would give you all the experience from smelting 64 netherite scrap instantly. So if you set this up with a 1 millisecond auto clicker, you can literally get thousands of levels per hour. There's actually another version of this that's like currently in the game, but I don't really talk about it because it's too OP. I was going to show you the chasm glitch next, which is where the mountain biomes in the far lands, or you know, a couple million blocks out, just generate like this, where you got a giant chasm in the middle of the world. Now, this on its own, pretty impressive, but you're never really going to find this in survival. However, this specific bug just got like way more broken all of a sudden. So this is a gigantic chasm that I generated a couple of updates ago, and I just loaded this in the current update, and I got filled with ice. Like, how? It looks so cool. A ocean filled in this area. This was all generated terrain. I explored this whole thing. But now there's legitimately an ocean full of like these weird, amazing looking icebergs in here. I've never seen anything like this. This is incredible. So here's a little bit of footage of what it looked like before, and as you can see, it is entirely different. I have no idea why this entire thing got filled up with ice, but here we are, and if we have a little bit of night vision, you can see just how incredible this looks. I really am curious why it's generated in this amazing, like, stacked, split iceberg. As you can see, there is quite a bit of ocean that's generating in this area, and this is actually a unique bug on its own that I'll be talking about a little bit more later on in the video. There's a little bit of a mine shaft that generated in the middle of this iceberg, like 1 cobweb and 4 pillars of wood, and that's the only thing that's generating in this entire pile of ice. This is so cool. This area is so broken. This is a vanilla Bedrock Edition thing. Like, you can go and find this in your survival worlds right now, assuming you can travel like 4 million blocks. This is gonna seem a bit lame after that, but next up is invisible bubble columns. These are actually legitimately super fun for survival mode. They're really easy to build, and they have a ton of uses. They're just like a regular bubble column, but without the water, and they are so fun because you can put these anywhere. You don't need to have any walls around them, and there's no water to contain. So how you build this is you just make yourself a standard bubble column, and then you put some powdered snow in them, starting from the top going down, and then once all that's in place, this powdered snow is actually a ghost block, and now all you need to do is put in yourself a little bit of flowing water. That's going to remove all of the powdered snow, leave the bubbles behind, and now you can go ahead and remove all this stuff around it. As long as you don't break that piece of soul sand, your invisible bubbles are here to stay, and you can use this for all kinds of fun stuff. Try making an invisible bubble column roller coaster. It's really fun. You can also use this for pranks. It's just the best. You can do this for the up bubbles and the down bubbles as well. Next up is definitely the Minecon mob vote hack that happened. If you didn't see it, Minecon nearly went down because of a small group of hackers basically just running some very simple hacks that allow you to nuke entire servers. In fact, they did nuke the test server for the Minecon mob vote on Bedrock Edition, and on the official servers, they also use custom scans telling you what mobs to vote for. Basically, hackers are able to summon literal command block minecarts into your world and run any command that they want. So that's super fun. It's also just like way too easy, and Mojang still has not patched out these bugs. So these guys are still going around to this day, crashing thousands of realms and just causing chaos everywhere that they go. I made 2 entire videos dedicated to this topic because there's a lot to talk about and a lot of history, so check them out if you're interested. Links are everywhere. Unlike the World Chasm bug, you do not need to go millions of blocks out to find this chaos right here. This is like 7 different structures generated on top of each other. Are you ready? We got an outpost, and we got some aquifers. Those don't really count. There's a woodland mansion. There is a village. There's an ocean monument down there, and there's even a stronghold as well. Plus, there's some buried treasure on the inside of this as well. There is just a lot of stuff happening in this one little area, and as you can see, that ocean monument goes down, down, down. So this bug is sort of related to the chasm bug, and it has to do with super ultra deep oceans. As you can see, this ocean goes all the way down to basically the very bottom of the world. We're down here at Y layer -54, so deep down that it's basically just a lava lake turned into obsidian. When the oceans generate this deep, it kind of just breaks the game entirely. It breaks the biome check for structures, and it breaks essentially everything when it comes to structure generation. And that's how we're able to get ourselves this ocean monument right here, a woodland mansion, a village, a pillager outpost, which is just so tall. Why is it so tall? And there's also a stronghold around here somewhere as well. So where's the stronghold at? Well, it's actually completely buried, which is super surprising to me. But if we go inside this blob of blocks, as you can see, we got ourselves an entire stronghold in here. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen on Bedrock Edition, and I've seen some stupid things. And we are less than 1,000 blocks away from world spawn, so you know that there are people out there who have fired up a Minecraft world and just seen like this and the distance. It is absolutely crazy. These aquifers are actually connected to the ground as well. As you see, there's a single line of stone that goes all the way down to the top of the mansion, and that technically counts as like connecting to the ground. It's so dumb. Why are these aquifers up here? I have questions. I have dozens of questions. I think Minecraft just kind of gave up, and it was just like, yeah, okay, you want a structure? I'll give you a structure. Now, this is a relatively recent bug find that was just showed off by IBX Toycat. I'll have a link to his video down below and everywhere because it's really fun. So world number 2, with this world seed, you spawn pretty much exactly at 0, and then you can immediately see this. Now, what is this? This is a monstrosity and another ocean that is generated so deep that it's reached the very bottom of the world. Broken world generation, and then the game just freaks out. It's like, I don't know, sinkhole, I guess. Let's just put a hole in the middle of the ocean. That'll do. People will like that. So here's what the outside of this thing looks like. It is just a crazy, like, monolith. It looks like aliens invaded at this spot. Definitely one of the most bizarre bugs on Bedrock Edition. Of course, there's not really anything in these things, since on the other side of those walls is just like a straight up ocean. But at the very bottom of this, there is, lava. Sometimes you really don't need to go far to see this. I spawned right here, and just right behind me is this giant thing. This is insane. Bedrock Edition is just so incredibly broken. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, because this is a giant chasm that goes down to the very bottom of the world, and it has a floating shipwreck in it with a bunch of waterlogged blocks that are not flowing anywhere. This is one of the most broken things that you can possibly see in Minecraft. It's just incredible. So I just spawned, and you literally cannot avoid this. This is incredible. Look how crazy this is. It goes all the way down to bedrock, of course. This is just basically a giant stack of aquifers right on top of each other. Half of this water isn't really flowing. It's just so broken. I love Bedrock Edition. Never change. Oh yeah, there's also a village in there, I guess, but like aquifers, look at crazy. Okay, part of the village generated at the very top. Some of the walkways of the village are up here. We got floating sand. Bedrock Edition is truly just a crazy game. If you guys ever find any seeds like this, let me know down in the description, and I might make like a little short of like just the craziness of Bedrock Edition, because this is just insane. I mean, one of the next best bugs of the year is this one, where you have immortal mobs. There used to be a bug in the game where you could make any mob immortal if you got them down to half a heart and then killed them with a harming and a healing potion at the exact same time. Now, if you made these in a previous update, they're actually still immortal, so as you see, this dog cannot take any damage, neither can the Ghast, even though I really want him to. He's so annoying sounding. There was actual practical uses for this as well, because if you had an immortal pillager captain, you could get infinite amounts of bad omen from repeatedly killing him, and it was just a great bug, but sadly it's been removed, and I don't think there's any way to make immortal mobs anymore. One of the best bugs of the year for farming is the fact that nether mobs, such as wither skeletons, can spawn directly into a nether portal, leaving the mob cap instantly and giving us just absolutely insane rates, such as thousands of wither skulls per hour. Now, Mojang intentionally added this to the game, and now they're removing it later. I don't know why they're doing that. It's just kind of weird that they would add it in the first place. But yeah, this was added to Bedrock and Java. It's still technically in the game right now, but it is on the chopping block. Speaking of nether portals, there's a really fun bug where you can actually like cut these things in half and have a broken nether portal, somewhat like this. All you need to do is use a powdered snow dispenser, and that will just cut it in half. And now we can actually break the rest of this nether portal frame, and we can use this in all sorts of mob farms. So yeah, this is really cool. You do need to keep the powdered snow there, but otherwise you can remove everything else, and it actually does work as a nether portal, linking and everything. You can also have this just be a single portal block or an ultra wide portal. Last but not least, we have the spider coming in at nearly 1.5 blocks wide and nearly a full block tall. This is definitely the biggest bug in all of Minecraft. Subscribe for more terrible jokes. Thank you for watching, and then there was silence.